Hi, welcome to the channel. Pain the Patute here, and we're going to do another video for Gunsmith. It's mechanic, of course, so a Tarkov task, Gunsmith Part 7. So yeah, as you can see, I've completed it, and I'm able to turn it in. But let's go. Let's go through what the requirements are. The one nice thing is I'm getting electric drill that will be found in raid, and that'll allow me to do an upgrade in my hideout because electric drills are, um, well, they're really hard to find and they're really important. I actually had one and got killed one time, and I was so pissed off because I didn't get out with the drill. So I need an M4. It needs a silencer. It doesn't specify a silencer, but so any would pretty well work. Again, as long as you meet the requirements for ergo and recoil. Now, in this build, uh, recoil is not going to be much of a problem. I almost bumped up against it, but I had no problem getting recoil, as long as you pick, reasonable parts. Ergo will be the important thing, and the other thing is the weight, 3.8 kilograms. Keep that in mind. I bumped up against that a couple of times and had to make some changes, but usually weight is not important in Gunsmith, but in this case it was. Now, sighting range of 800 meters or beyond, that means a mid-range scope like the Spectre or the Hammer or something like that. So silencer, 60 round mag, ergo 47 above, recoil 300 or below, mind the weight, no more than 3.8 kilograms, and sighting range of 800 meters. So let's go here. And well, I'll just show you what I did eventually to complete it. I have two separate versions here, and both of them will work. So I'll just show here. It's a check mark. If I pull the mag here and put it back on this one, there's a check mark that it's completed. So there are multiple ways of doing it. Yeah, so let's go through. I'm just gonna bump up here for a second and see if I can find the other piece that I wanted to look at. Let's see here. Yep, that's the one. I want this guy. The Bravo is the other sight that probably would work. Now, with the Bravo, I'm going to take off this little bit here. I don't need it, but if I come here and I inspect it and I pull the Spectre off, I throw the Bravo on, and I move the 60 round mag, then it's okay. So for scopes, you can use the hammer here. Just do this, just buy it off the flea. It actually has a little red dot in here. You don't really need it, but if you run into a problem with weight, you could actually pull this piece out. So it's not going to affect. Just pull the oops. Okay, just pull the mag and move it over to show you. There we go. Done. There's a check mark. So you can use the hammer, Leopold Mark IV hammer. It's hammer time. You can use the Spectre. Elcan Spectre -4 ergonomics, so it does impact. Scopes always impact your ergonomic in a negative fashion, so you have to be aware. Usually, just try to pick the one with the lowest. So this Bravo is probably the best because it has the lowest recoil impact, only -2, whereas this is -4, and I think this one, the Hammer, is -3.5. So if you were struggling to get the build done, then obviously go with the Bravo. This guy here. Use him because he's got the lowest impact on it. All your choices for the guns have to be made considering ergo and weight and, of course, recoil. But again, as I said, recoil is not a problem on this. So let's have a look here again. So I needed just a silencer, and I happen to have this one, which is a Rotor 43 silencer. There's lots of other silencers. Problem with this guy is his ergonomic impact is pretty heavy at -22. It does help you on the recoil. But you can see on this gun here, I use the Mini. Again, recoil ergonomics impact is -7, recoil is -5. So I probably could just swap the let's see, I'm going to need this guy here. I could probably just swap over the these two and it would work. So let me just grab the, yep, there's a check mark. So again, it's not, will this work in the opposite if I go the other way? Let's try that. It doesn't. So why? Well, because with this guy on and his minus 22 ergonomics, I can't meet the deadline or the limit, which is ergonomics. So there's an example of how it is not going to help. But I've got enough other stuff there. Put this there. Now it works. Put this guy here and then drag the mag back over. I should actually bought a second mag. So either one of those works. So for the 800 meters, Spectre, the Bravo on the hammer. The Bravo, I would go with the Bravo because it's going to help you with the ergonomics problem. Now the other thing that I did here is, and I'll show you, pull off the stock. And here, pull off the, where is it? There it is, the stock. In both cases, I went and replaced the carbine extension buffer tube that normally comes with the M4 with these advanced ones. So the advanced ones actually give you +2 or reduce your recoil by 2% and give you 2 bump up your ergonomics. So I typically, building M4s, I usually jump this way, +2 minus that, and there you go. So that allows you to flip around your stocks. Let me just push this over here so you see the check mark. So again, using the advanced buffer tubes helps you hitting your deadline for, or your your limits for ergo and such. So the other thing you can do to get, I think they're on here. Yes, basically these little KAC folding, it gives, so you can get a front and a rear sight, and they give you a point of ergo. So if you're struggling, now you can see that's fine there, but I can put it on here or I could put it on here. It doesn't really matter. But I typically go and buy those off the flea, and I put a rear sight and a front sight. So I think they're also available off Peacekeeper, but just to be safe, I would, you can buy those and add them on. Now the other thing you want to do is the charging handle. So here I'm using the Raptor, and here I'm just using the straight one. But you can see the straight charging handle doesn't give you any increase in stats, but the Raptor does, and it gives you +3 ergonomics. So again, if you're struggling, buy the Raptor and replace the charging handle of the gun from the standard one. I needed to for this gun. I didn't really need to do it for that gun. What I did struggle with on this gun was the weight. So to get around that, I used the shift foregrip, which does give you minus 1.5 recoil and plus 8 ergonomics. But because of the cutouts, it's only 0.08 kilograms. And then I did the Grawl again, because when I was building this gun, I was having trouble with weight. So again, plus 15 ergonomics, and it's a 0.09 weight. So if you go to, say, this guy, he's 0.08. So again, because he's a cutout, what I need there, this is a guy here. So he's 0.05. So you can see he's much heavier. Instead of 0.09, he's 0.05. Or is that true? Anyways, yeah, you have to watch the weight. So here you want the ergonomics, of course, and then you want, you have to be careful of the weight. So let me just change there. Now you can see that Oh, I just need the gun, the mag. Oh, okay. So here, we run into the problem of 46, so my ergo's not high enough. If I had the rear, I got the foresight here. Rear sight, if I put the foresight on, I'd have another point. That'd take me up to 47. So why don't I do that? I'll just go to flee and then go KAC. And muzzle, flash, sound suppressor. Front sight, there it is. Grab one of those for 23 bucks. And then go modding, and then go to the front. No, where's the front here? There it is. There. And now I got my check mark back.